And welcome back to the sports section. It is 10:35 p.m. here on the East Coast. I'm your host, Jim Fortune, alongside Zach Wilson, Matt Mankiewicz behind the glass, and on our airwaves at the moment, Stony Brook Football projected starting quarterback Tyquell Fields. Tyquell, Jim Fortune here. Can you hear us?
What's up? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Tyquell. Met a couple years ago when we did the End Zone project and when I had the interview with you and Jack Cassidy. But great to hear from you. And how you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go. Campus starts on Tuesday. Ready to go.
All right. Now, I just want to start from the beginning right here. You redshirted back in 2016, played behind Joe Carbone for 2 years, and now you're the projected starting quarterback competing with Jack Cassidy for Stony Brook. Explain to us how that feels after all the work that you put in.
At the end of the day, it's just a game. I mean, obviously, I feel very strongly about the game, but I feel like it's been a long time coming. I've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time, and I'm just ready to go. I learned a lot sitting behind Joe. Learning how to deal with adversity, and learning how to be a leader. And I'm just ready. I'm excited to get it going.
And when most of us see your abilities at the quarterback position, one what I notice is mobility and speed, and that's very important. And for the collegiate level, it's very rare. And you ran for 11 times back in 2017 and didn't really have a completed pass. But how big of an asset is your mobility and speed at the quarterback position?
Um, that's just something added on to my ability to play the quarterback position. I feel like I am wholly a quarterback. Being able to be mobile is just another asset. Is just another problem for the opposing team. And once I get a shot to actually show on film that I'm able to throw the ball, and they let me rip it a little bit, then that's another thing. But being mobile is just a plus.
And I'm going to flash back to you for 2 games. So flashback to October 6, 2018 against Towson. It was a rough game, fourth quarter, 8 minutes left. You guys are down by 31. Matt was actually at that game calling it. And you find Marshall Ellick from 2 yards out for your first collegiate touchdown. Now, homecoming 2 weeks later versus Rhode Island. You stomp on the Rams 52-14, and you find Cal Daniels from 2 yards out to make it 24-0 in the second quarter. Now that you have 2 touchdowns in your collegiate career so far. What was the better moment?
I would say the Townsend game, just because I don't really like Townsend like that, to be very honest with you. And, that game, I got to see more playing time that game. I got really comfortable being in the game, being in that type of away environment, and it just had me going. Like before the touchdown, I had a couple of good plays, and it was just a very great experience.
Now, you being behind Joe Carbone for 2 years, and obviously it must have been frustrating that, that your playing time wasn't there, but anything specifically that Joe taught you that will benefit your play or has benefited your play since he was at Stony Brook?
I would say, you know, getting over adversity. You know what I'm saying? Like being down in the game and coming back, keeping your composure for your team, because at the quarterback position, everybody's looking at you. All eyes are on you, and you just have to stay, level-headed, and that's what Joe did, game in and game out.
And any certain game that you have circled on this year's schedule that you're really looking forward to play?
Um, I would say JMU,
Yeah.
and that's because we've lost to them the past 2 years, and they've been the team in the CAA. So I want to be able to to beat those guys and compete with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, like 2 years ago when you played JMU in the second round, Priori did give you a little time during the game to play against the Dukes yourself, as well as Carbone did. You tried the little quick moves there. Do you think you might have some good tricks as well coming up in this homecoming game against them once again?
Excuse me, sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you that good there.
Yeah, I mean, like 2 years ago when you played JMU in the second round at the playoffs, you did Priori put you in for a couple of trick plays in the beginning of the game. Do you believe you have a good mentality of facing them like this once again?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure we'll have a good game plan going in. and getting me in the mix of that game I would say was important just because they've never really seen me on the field before. So, I think depending on how the game plan is, I'm pretty sure we'll have a couple more tricks up our sleeve.
And I was looking at the roster, Tyquell, and noticed two players on the defensive side of the football went to the same high school as you, T.J. Morrison and Gavin Heslop. Now, how does that compare? You guys dominated high school at Archbishop Stepanek in Yonkers. How does it compare to with them being on your team in high school to the collegiate level?
Playing with those guys are awesome. Being that I've knew them since I was about 10 years old. We played in the same youth team all the way up until high school, up until now. So playing with those guys, it's a great feeling knowing that we've all knew each other for so long, and I've seen them grow with my own eyes, and it's unbelievable watching those guys play, and having them on the other side of the ball for us is a huge plus. Just because I know what they are capable of, and I've watched it in high school, and I've been watching it in college, so that's a huge plus.
So I'm assuming since you guys went to high school, you guys played football together, I'm assuming you all are very close for about 10 years more now, right?
Yeah, very close. Might as well call us family.
Yeah. And now one more another thing. Aside from the passing game, the running game is going to be a lot differently. No Long Island Express this year. No Donald Leontine. No Jordan Gowans. But the game last year through the running back position was very, very pivotal for Stony Brook's success. How vital will the running attack be this season for Stony Brook as well?
I feel like we have another two-headed monsters back there, and I have complete trust in those two guys to get the job done, and I feel like, with me being mobile plus those guys plus our pass game, I feel like it will be a lot to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
and that two-headed monster, are you talking about Isaiah White and Tyson Lawton?
Yes, sir.
All
Well,
right.
that's definitely a good assumption as to who your own Long Island Express could be. Now, you also got your own offensive weapons coming as well as far as wide receiver. Andrew Trent and Nick Anderson will still be there as targets for you to probably look at as the primary looks. Do you believe that they're one of the many wide receivers that you have a good chance of working with?
Yeah. Those guys are good. Last year they got to put on film, what they can do, but this is their year. This is their year to break out, and I've been training with those guys during the whole summer and the winter, and they're coming a long way. They're getting their confidence up, and me being on the same page with them is also very important. Like, we've been building a lot of chemistry together.
And Tyquell, with you obviously being very hot we had Julius Wingate on the show last week, and he said that there's a lot of good capabilities for you, and obviously I know that you two are very close, Ben. I quote that he said that you were going to flourish this year, and that means nothing but good hopes. So what are your goals individually for this season, knowing that it's a projected starting quarterback spot for you right now, but do you have any individual goals in mind at the moment?
My main goal right now is to just be a leader. I want the guys on our team to see me as someone they can count on, kind of like a safe place. All the other personal goals are just like, taking it one day at a time. Now, those will come. That will come. Me being a leader right now is the biggest thing to me right now. That's my main goal.
And I just also want to elaborate on looking at your high school statistics. They are literally stunning. I just want to get your feeling on how much fun did you have at Archbishop Stepanek in Yonkers?
It's actually in White Plains. I'm from Yonkers, but I went to school. That school is in White Plains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, it was a great experience. A lot of people told me we'll end up winning state, and it'll go in one ear and out the other to me because I didn't really care about that. But it was a great experience just being able to play with the guys I played with, because most of the team were kids from Yonkers, from like my youth football team, about like 10, 11 guys. So we all was able to grow up and play with each other have that chemistry, which was why I think we was so good, and it made winning a whole lot better.
Now, since you're from Yonkers, and I want to know how far away, like obviously you being a quarterback here, and you not being too far away from your family, does your family still come and support you at your football games since you're not too far away from home?
Yeah, all the time. Almost every game, even away games sometimes.
Wow, that is impressive. And also, since you came back, since you were here in 2016, redshirted, just getting your feet wet with Coach Priori, the relationship, obviously, still building as you go on there. Nothing's set in stone yet. What has, really flourished with you and Coach Priori as far as relationships go since you came to Stony Brook?
Coach P has always been, honest with me, and that's what I respect about him the most. Off the field we talk, we have good conversations, and I respect him as a man just because he's an honest guy, and he I feel like he gets me, and I feel like our relationship has been growing ever since I set foot on his campus, and I know that he truly cares about me.
And I just want to know this personally, since you being I can see you got some speed in those legs. How fast is your 40-yard dash?
I'll say a 4.6.
That's not bad. That's not bad for the quarterback
I actually
position.
find that pretty decent.
I'm a strider.
Well, you being 6'2", I mean, you obviously, I believe was Carbone the same height as you?
Yeah, around the same height, yeah.
Around the same height, so you can see over the offensive line a little more. But how's it going to feel, missing the pieces that you had last year, not having Wingate, not having Daniels, and not having not having Ellick in there as well, your first touchdown to Towson. How different is that going to feel? Obviously, this is a completely different team that you had last year.
I would say for me personally, I don't think for me it will be that much of a difference, just because even though I've been throwing to those guys for a long time, I feel like the guys that I have now have complete trust in, and I've got a load of amount of work done with these guys. So, like, I've never really been in a game with those other guys like consistently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these guys that are about to play now, I've been getting work in and practice and stuff like that. So I don't think it'll be like a big difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to most when training camp starts on Tuesday?
Just seeing all the guys again. I feel like we've been away for a long time now. Just seeing all the guys, seeing all the coaches, and being in our environment. Have
you been able to go on vacation yet this summer?
No, I've been at Stony Brook for like 90% of my summer.
Oh wow, okay, so someone's definitely put in the work in for sure.
Definitely a lot of commitment.
So what's the one thing that we should be looking forward to this season? We asked Julius the same thing, and he said that the offense and the defense, he said, is going to be scary. The offense is, getting there. It's a very young offensive group. The defense there is going to be very, very scary with Contressa and along with Gavin Heslop, still your former high school teammate. What's the one thing that we should be very aware for Stony Brook football this season?
I'll just say one thing is that we're young, but a motivated football team. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the team comes in lift and practice and conditioning every day, ready to work. There's nobody complaining. Everybody's all in 100%. So that's one thing, a young and motivated team.
And do you hope this chance at your final game knows that the last game of the season is going to be against Albany for that golden apple? I know it's early in the season, but it's a rivalry. What are your expectations for Stony Brook Albany this year?
I feel like we're gonna go into that game with a full-on head of steam, but we're not gonna get too high and we're not gonna get too low on it. We're gonna look at it just as another game, but we're gonna handle business. Obviously, last year we didn't like the outcome, but this year, it will be a better game.
All right. Tyquell Fields, the projected starting quarterback for Stony Brook football this upcoming season. Thank you so much for your time on the sports section, and good luck to training camp when it starts on Tuesday, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.